All right. Let's talk about the Joy-Cons. They showed off mouse mode. They have they showed off Metroid Prime being Metroid Prime 4 Beyond being played with mouse mode. I don't see myself ever using this. I'll probably try it and I'll be like, oh, look at that, it works, and then I'll just go back to using a traditional controller style. Rich, do you see yourself using this mode at all?
Yes, I'm a huge fan of like shooters, right? Like not just the Marvel Rivals, but also like the boomer shooters. And I really enjoy playing them with something that at least simulates a mouse or mouse input, right? So like gyro. So it depends on what the developers, like when Night Dive Studio inevitably releases a game on the Switch, I will probably try it in mouse mode or gyro or whatever they provide that's above and beyond like dual stick. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I did notice that in the video, when they went to rotate left or right, they rotated like on a pivot, right? So
yeah.
You noticed that? So like
because they showed a game where there was like a putter, like a golf putter.
Yeah.
And you could change the orientation of the putter by twisting the mouse, which is not something you could do on a PC.
Yeah. So I wonder how like natural that feels, because they did the same thing in Metroid Prime 4, where I think they went to like turn to the left, and instead of like moving the mouse from here to the left, they kind of pivoted. So I wonder how comfortable or uncomfortable that would feel if I was doing it. But I'm interested.
Yeah, I'm imagining twisting my wrist like that back and forth. That seems like a really bad way to do it. Like most of the people who play mouse and keyboard games, and they're like the pros, like they don't move their wrist, they move their arm.
Yeah, exactly.
So that seems odd to me, but Nintendo is also probably thinking this is not for pros, this is for people to just try out when they happen to have a table in front of them.
Yeah, and I think real quick, Russ, because this pertains to you, and you mentioned table, Bill. I was watching back one of our episodes when we talked about Switch 2 last, and Russ said you're not going to want to like bust out a table every time, and I think that's exactly it, right? So like, I also watching the Mr. Who's the Boss video, he mentioned that like you can just do it anywhere. He showed it off like using the mice on his pants, right? Like on his legs. So I think that's what Nintendo's going for, is just use it however you want. You don't need a table, you don't need a surface, just your legs are fine.
So that was going to be my question, is like, where are you going to play this? Because I can see like desktop mode, like pull or tabletop mode, where you put it in table, you're at the whatever, you're at the bar with your friends and you're like, oh, let's play some Metroid or whatever. I don't know, but
somebody's been watching advertisements.
But the thing is, like, if I'm going to be playing Metroid Prime 4, I'm going to play it on my TV, like I want to get the 4K and all that stuff. I don't have a table. I have a coffee table at my couch. I'm not going to bend over and play this game. Like, that doesn't sound comfortable to me. I want to lean back, kind of enjoy it. So how am I going to play this? I'm going to buy one of those table things you can put on your lap and like do that kind of thing,
TV tray.
Like, right, exactly. Like, am I going to do something like that? It just doesn't make sense to me. But I think there is a cool opportunity for mouse accessories, like something that will go on top of the Joy-Con that'll give us a more comfortable ergonomic grip. Like there's an opportunity there, and that might make it somewhat more interesting. I mean, it's one of the cool things about the Switch originally is that people came up with things that you could do with it. They did that with the Wiimotes too. Remember they have like guns or like a golf club you could use and stuff. Like that'll be interesting to see, what kind of accessories come out of that. But otherwise, I'm not really seeing it.
I think
I did watch the Treehouse. Like they had a Treehouse video. I like put it on and kind of in the background. And one of the things that they showed is they were playing Metroid Prime 4. And he had it in mouse mode, and then he didn't change anything. He just picked it up and started playing in like traditional mode, and it just worked.
That's awesome.
Like he never had to like go into a setting and say, I'm using mouse mode or anything like that. He just picked it up and started playing like a regular ass game. And I thought that was cool. What were you going to say, Rich?
Two things. Number one, I am just broadly excited for like, regardless of how good the Joy-Con mouse is, just mouse as an input, right? So like inevitably there'll be third-party mice and stuff like that, or third-party Joy-Cons. And so like even outside of shooters, Mario Maker, right? Like that Mario Maker 3 or whatever is going to be awesome with a mouse. So that'll be nice. So things like that. The second thing is we haven't talked about the game with the two mice, the wheelchair game.
Oh, right.
So
that looks like it's fun for about 15 seconds.
Exactly. That's it. And they're charging that for that, right?
Oh, they're charging for everything.
Jesus. Yeah.
I was going to say Bob Wolf had the best tweet of the day when he it showed that wheelchair game and he said Mario and Sonic at the Paralympics.
Right.
It's a beautiful tweet.
That is perfection. Yeah.
I think that's a perfectly that's definitely, I like that they're making that. And I'm sure that there are going to be people who buy it, and I'm sure it'll be fun. Like they're going to be having a blast playing that game. It just, the thing that I learned from the Wii was that waving a thing around is fun for very, very short amounts of time. And it, like, I don't long to go back to that. I like gyro for aiming, but I don't like what I always call waggle. Waggle is terrible.
Yeah. I don't want waggle, but some sort of like aiming input. And again, we've talked about potentially DS emulation. Like that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Russ? Do you think we're going to get DS or 3DS emulation with, we still only have one screen.
Right. Yeah, they would have to do the whole emulation thing where they put them side by side or up above, and that just doesn't work with 16:9. And so I don't personally see it. I feel like Nintendo needs to wait until they can implement it in a way that satisfies them, and I don't think that the current options are there. So I don't really see it personally.
Although we will have a lot more emulation stuff to talk about later on in the show because the Switch 2 is emulating Switch 1. So we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
And there's also GameCube, which was
that's right. There's also the GameCube stuff added. But that's later on in the show. Next up,